Greetings, my name is Andrew Ellis, and I'm the Academic Coordinator for Christian Halls. And this is a how-to video on class registrations for your students. This is designed for directors. Each Christian Hall director will receive a link from their field rep, and eventually that link will be available on your My Hall profile, where you can enter into an Excel sheet and enter in the name and the course request for your students. So whether or not the students have successfully gotten into My Hall, whether or not they've added the tutorials, whether or not Christian Hall is able to generate reports, you have agency and the ability to interact with the process and have visibility on it, input, and it's also a link between you and SEU. So you've opened up the Excel sheet, and we're here. You're going to see the resources page. Any enrollment issues, you can contact me, aellis@christianhalls.org. Roster questions, you can contact the Early SEU team, earlyseu@seu.edu. There's some different links here as far as registration instructions, student resources, calendar resources. You know, those things may be helpful to you. But the real meat here is on the online class request sheet. Now, this is a blank sheet, but it's pretty simple. You'll put in your student name, Andrew Lane Ellis. You'll put in the course number that they're planning to take. So let's say I'm taking English Composition 1. I'll put ENGL 1223. And I'll put the session, term of spring. And this course in particular is a full spring term session. So we'll just leave session blank. And then we have the SEU ID. You do not need to fill in the SEU ID. SEU's team has access to this sheet, and they will be monitoring it and updating it. So they will fill in this column. If, as this process goes over the next as this process goes on, they will update the students that have applied and successfully been accepted as students. If you see a student that does not have an SEU ID, you'll want to follow up with them and get them to apply. And I believe that if you go to Resources, EDI Student Application FAQ, FAQ, and I don't have access to that document yet, but there should be a link here to apply. There's also a link on your My Hall portal, but I'll get to that in a second. So let's say we have another class for this student. Andrew Ellis is a precocious student. He wants to take a full load. We don't. We just add another line, and we're going to put BIBL 2045, and that one's going to be a spring class, and this one I know is a session B class, so I'm going to put session B. That way SEU will be able to look at this very clearly. They're going to know that they want to register Andrew Lane Ellis for an English class for the spring and a BIBL 2045 class for the spring session B. And once Andrew has successfully completed his SEU application, they'll put the ID number there. At that point, oh, also if you can put the, they don't need the date of birth. Never mind. So at that point, you've done everything you need. And as students come in, get registered, whether through a Christian Halls member, Christian Halls academic coordinator like me coming in and updating the sheet, you entering in student information, or SEU backlogging information of what's been applied and registered retroactively, you will have visibility on this. Now, if you need to make a note or ask a question, you know, you can right-click, comment, and add a comment. Why is this student, when is this student going to be registered? Something like that. And we can put a comment, and that comment will be visible to me, to the SEU team registering students, and also to you. So that way, there can be a trifecta, a three-way communication between SEU, the local hall director, and Christian Hall's academic coordination. All right, so let's just review this very quickly. We've got our Excel sheet. The link to this Excel sheet will be provided by your field rep, and eventually it will be visible on your MyHall profile. You come in, there's a resource page, there's an online class request page, enter in your student name, enter their class, set the term in the session, and you're done. If you have any, make sure to check to make sure this is an SEU ID to demonstrate that the student has successfully applied and become a student. And that is a great way to make sure that they are all set. Now, if you have trouble, if you need to push your students to get applied and they get assigned their SEU ID, what do? We go to MyHall, log in, director, and we're going to, I think we're going to do browse halls, details, view tutorial. There's going to be a link here on the tutorial page, Southeastern University apply. And this is where your students can fill out their application. As soon as they fill out within 24 hours of them filling out their Southeastern University application, they should receive a confirmation email, and the SEU team will go in and update their SEU ID.